Hi everybody and welcome to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot. I'm Jennifer Winters and this is your January 2020 Astrology Tarot forecast. Now, if you don't know much about me, I am a 6th stellium Libra and I'm an empath. So basically I get energy from you guys before I do a reading and then I give it back and I tell a story. However, what I'm doing this time is a little bit different and I'm giving energy to you, and it's the much needed energy that you are going to need to be very successful in the month of January. So what I had done previous to this video was I meditated for 3 hours and I got the collective energy from the universe in each sign, and I used this pendulum to collect all of the energy, okay? And then I pulled some cards for you, and if anybody's interested in actually seeing that video or that meditation take, come to fruition, I do have it, but you would have to hit me up for it down below or either at my email, askjenniferwinters.com, so that you can see that. So I will have cards prepared for you that I had already chosen. So if you want to see this reading, please just go ahead now and go to your timestamp and then we'll get started. Okay, so Aries, you are first in line and I can still feel your energy. And what happened was that in the beginning of January, I had done a 2020 prediction for the entire year. And the first card that I pulled for January for you, if you remember, if you saw that reading, was that you got the Corona card, which is also the Three of Swords. And what that was telling me is that last year you came off of a big loss and it was time for you to heal, and that this card did become upright for you and you started to heal, and now you are basically bringing your A game into January. And then I went ahead and I pulled a chakra card for you, and this is what your energy was telling me. And you got the second chakra, which is also protected by the Archangel Ariel. So what that was telling me is that there was some intimacy issues, and there might be some intimacy issues going into January and into the later months of January, and it has to do with being very reactionary and very impulsive. That was the energy that I was feeling for you. So I suggest that with that, you make sure that you really look at a situation and not assume anything, and basically give your partner the benefit of the doubt, and that is going to help you with intimacy in the month of January. And I think there's a little bit of Mars, the planet energy, telling you, that to be reactionary, but don't really think that energy is something that you need to use to move yourself forward, because it is a negative energy. So I want you to make sure that you look out for that negative energy and do your best to be very considerate of your partner. Okay, so then I went ahead and picked your spirit animal. And the spirit animal that came up for you for the month of January is the deer spirit. And here it says, bring a gentle touch. Now this also has to do with intimacy, because what you want to do is bring a gentle touch to your relationships. I know that in the past you may have been a little bit more direct and a little bit too harsh, and I think that that is going to carry over into the year 2020 if you're not careful. So what I want you to do is take that deer spirit and think about being gentle, not just with your relationship, but with everyone, with your family, with your work environment. Really think about softening up your touch, okay? And then I went ahead and pulled a gem card for you. And this gem card that you got was the chrysotile, and it has here at the bottom the word animals on it. And what that told me was that in order for you to have a little bit more softer touch, as this reading played out, it told me that you need to take time for yourself and maybe get closer to nature, maybe get closer to some animals. If you have a pet, pay a little more attention to it. If you don't have a pet, maybe you can consider getting one in the month of January. Or if you have a friend or someone who really would like to have help with their pet, then maybe you could visit or even just go someplace where you're able to observe pets. So I think that is really going to have a good, presence in your psyche. And I think that it's just really interesting that you pulled that card, because you're not always told, go out and, get an animal or be close to animals. But with these kind of readings and with this energy, that is the kind of energy that you're going to need going forward. And so the last card that I picked for you, Aries, was this moon card, and it is the waxing moon. Okay. And with the waxing moon, it says that the energy is gaining momentum. Okay. So the energy is gaining momentum. So what that is also telling me is that with the planets that are transiting into your 10th house and your 11th house, which, is Saturn and Pluto, that you're going to be gaining a lot of momentum. And that is going to be with your work environment, and it's also going to be with your reputation. There's something that you're going to be doing that is really going to stand out for you in terms of like bringing more people, more followers to you, or either getting you some sort of promotion, or at least if it doesn't happen in January, it's gaining momentum. And if you're starting a new project, then I think that is what this has a lot to do with, is that you are going to pick up speed and you're going to gain a lot of momentum. So also with that momentum, just remember that you want to bring a gentle touch to everything that you do right now. And I think that the way to do that is to really get closer to, something that you have to give a gentle touch to, like an animal, because that is really going to help your psyche. It's going to keep you refreshed throughout the year. It's going to make you remember not to be so impulsive, especially in the house of intimacy. So that's all I have for you, okay, Aries? And I really hope that your January does, come out to be something really spectacular. And that's all we have. So I want you to please think about this reading and think about going forward in January, because this is the momentum you're going to need. So if you do like this reading, please just give me a like or give me a share, or also subscribe to the channel, because I'd really love to see you back, especially in February. I'm really excited for it, because we are definitely going to have a fun time going through those love readings, and also checking in on you and seeing if this intimacy is working out for you. And also leave a comment down below. Tell me how this particular reading was resonating with you, and that would make me really happy to get some engagement back, because the more engagement I get, the more videos I get to make. Okay, thank you so much, Aries. All right. Hi, Taurus, and welcome back. What I have done for you, like I said before, was I've given you an energy reading, and I'm also doing a little bit of a brief recap for that 2020 prediction that I did at the beginning of January, which covers all 12 months. And for the month of January, what had happened was that you pulled this card first, which is the Prince of Swords, and it's also mutable air. So what that was telling me, and the energy that I was getting, was that you're still working on finding your voice. You're still working on getting back to the person that you were before you had that awful tower card that happened for you back in 2019. So right along with that energy, I could already feel it. And when I started to pull your chakra card for you, I did in fact pull this throat chakra. And it is the 5th chakra, and it's also protected by the Archangel Gabriel. So what is going to happen, and what this card means, is that you are going to find your voice. Actually, you're doing it right now. I can already feel it. You are starting to gain back all the confidence that was sort of swiped away from you in 2019, or it was overshadowed by someone else in your life who was really taking up a lot of your energy and a lot of your time, and sort of like trying to, not purposely destroy it, but definitely tearing it down. So I think that this year is definitely going to be your year. I think you're out there right now exploring how to become a more confident person, how to get back to where you were. And this card is telling me right here that there's not really a blockage there anymore here in the throat. I did feel that energy in the throat, but it was like an opening. It was like it was time for this tiny opening to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until you completely vocalize your wants and needs and desires to other people. And that is going to get you so far in 2020. You being able to just be, very kind but direct at the same time, but also using all of your wisdom that you have gained throughout your life to really push forward. And this is going to happen definitely in January, where this throat chakra is really going to open up for you. But because you're in such a hurry to do that, I was feeling this other energy of this rushed feeling. And it could just be that you're just excited and hyper. But I went ahead and pulled your spirit animal, and what that came out to be was the mouse spirit, okay? And I thought that was so cute that you got that. And it's tend to the small things. So right now what you're doing is you're looking at this giant picture of where you want to be, or either you're just expanding your mind to a lot of different possibilities. So a lot of things are going around in your mind right now, and you don't really know where to grasp, and you don't know which way to where to put all the energy. So what you need to do is have a smaller plan to begin with, and it could just be the start of something new, and you just break that down into smaller parts, and then you follow through with it. If it takes 1, 2, 3 months to give this thing a chance, just peck away at or chip away at the smaller things first, and see if you're gaining momentum. See if something's working out for you, because the only way you're going to know which possibility or which door to go through, because so many doors are opening for you right now because you're a free spirit right now, you're going to need this energy to basically do these small steps first, and then you're going to find out if something's for you or something's not for you. But by the end of January, I think that you're going to have at least 2 or 3 projects that are going to be at least considering working on. So just even if you're doing 15 minutes of each in the month of January or late January, go ahead and use this kind of mentality just to mark off those small things, and don't get so stressed out, because right now you are still finding yourself again, and it's exploratory time, okay? So then also the card that I got after that, I was feeling after having pulled that card that you were slowing down a bit just by hearing that. And I was very right. So what happened was I pulled this gem card for you. And this is the pyromorphite, and also this is patience. So whatever endeavor that you are going to be embarking on, it's going to take patience. It's also going to take patience to allow that throat chakra to really open up. So, for instance, if you were like a singer or something, you need time to develop. You need time to really work on your craft. If you're a speaker, you need time to work on your craft. If you're a writer, you need time. Anything that you're about to start working on, you need to bite it off into little bitty bite-sized cheese pieces like the little mouse, and then use this patience, okay? Because so many opportunities are coming at you at once, because you're just you're free, and you're a free spirit now. So you need to make sure that this is the energy that you are using, especially when Saturn and Pluto are coming conjunct. It's going to tell you to slow down. It's going to let you see the possibilities, but it's going to tell you how to slow down enough to get something going, something really positive in your life that's either going to create a lot of abundance. Because with this card, with the gem cards, I am getting this message from Pluto that this is what you need to really create abundance in your life. And Pluto is the ruler of gems, so this is a good one for you. And it's a beautiful color. It's like this light yellow green. So think about wearing something this color. Think about maybe getting this rock and then just meditating on it and remembering to slow down, okay? All right, so the last card that I had pulled for you, it just keeps getting better and better. And again, this is a real reading. I know that I'm doing a recap of it because of the time constraints, but if you do want to see that full video of where, I actually got the energy and I picked the cards, it's all there. I did have a few camera problems, but it is all there. If you want to see your section, just let me know. Just make a comment down below. I do read those, or either just send me a message on askjenniferwinters.com. All right, so the next card that I pulled for you is a moon card. And it follows along with the story that your energy was sending me, and it's the decimating moon. And it says, take time out to breathe. So that's, again, with this patience. So you are really a free spirit right now, but you are working on yourself, and it feels like a lot. You feel a lot of excitement. You feel like finally, it's about me for the first time. And this is the kind of energy that you want to be feeling, but you also want to take time out to breathe, and you want to have some patience, and you definitely want to bite things off in smaller portions and have this mouse-like energy. And if you know that, you know, mice are very active, and you're going to have a lot of active energy, but you want to make sure that, you know, you are slowing down a little bit, and just I keep reiterating it, just everything that you're trying to start, make sure you bite it off into small portions and take time out to breathe. And then also keep growing this throat chakra. Just keep on working on it, because the more you're able to vocalize, the more people are going to gravitate towards you. And that's what you really need, again, Taurus, is you need people coming towards you, gravitating towards you. You can see this is the card you pulled in January for the 2020 prediction. And he's just coming in full force. And that's what, you know, you're going to have people coming at you in full force. You're going to be in full force, but you will want to take time out to breathe, okay? All right, so thank you very much, Taurus, for joining me for that. And if you like this video, please give me a like, give me a share, subscribe to the channel, because I really want to do a love reading for you in February. And then also, please make a comment down below, because the more engagement I get, the more videos I can bring you. And I hope this video was very helpful, and I hope it resonated with you. And please let me know. Okay, thank you so much, Taurus. Hi Geminis, and welcome back to my channel. As I was saying before, I did do a meditation using this pendulum, and I got your energy and I pulled some cards for you, but I also went back to the 2020 prediction for the entire year and pulled the first card again that you got on the astrology tarot reading, because I wanted to see how it fit together with this new reading and this new story. So the card that you had gotten in the January 2020 prediction was the Death card. However, this card was upside down for you in reverse. So what that is telling me, or told me, was that you had a lot of challenges in 2019, and these challenges made you kind of feel less confident about yourself, because it just felt like some of the things that you tried just weren't working out, and you were searching for your talents, and you didn't know where to, you know, what talent that you need to work on, or what talent you even enjoy, because it was been very hard for you. It seemed like a lot of times you were knocked down, and it really did a lot to your confidence. So now, though, because the card was upside down, going into January, or in January now, you have a lot more confidence, because I think that you, being so smart, were able to really see that a lot of the things that you tried may not have served you, and you're a lot closer to figuring out who you truly want to be and what talents you really want to develop. But also, I feel that there's this star quality about you. Something about you is very special, and you're hoping to get noticed for it. You're not even sure exactly what it is sometimes, this star quality that you have, but you know inside that there's something about you that's very special. And I know, Gemini, there is something about you very special, but not only did you want people to see you or see this special part of you, you also want to have someone of a love interest notice you. That's what I got from the reading as well. And then when I started to pick another card for you, it was exactly as I had predicted. It came out to be the fourth chakra. And this is where your blockage is. It's in your heart chakra. And this chakra is protected by the Archangel Raphael. So this also tells me that this year you are going to definitely get noticed. You're going to have someone who's going to have their eye on you, and they're probably already looking at you right now, thinking how special you are. And you don't even have to really do anything but be yourself to be noticed for this very special quality that you have. But I'm also thinking that what you feel is that you have to be talented somehow to make yourself believe that you're special. But that's not really the case, Gemini, because you're very smart, you're very clever, you have a lot of intellect to go on, you have a lot of friends that you can be in contact with it, think you're special already because you're witty and you're a good jokester and a good trickster. And a lot of people just want to be around you for that. But you also think that you need to have something more special about yourself. But I'm telling you, Gemini, it's going to happen for you in 2020. You definitely are going to start shining, okay? And again, this is the heart chakra. So also open your heart and love yourself, because you are special. You have to be special to yourself first before you can be special to other people, but just believe in that, okay? So then I went on to pick your spirit animal, and it was funny because when I was trying to get the energy, I kept getting this feeling from Gemini saying, I hope it's a pretty card, I hope it's a pretty animal. And I was like, oh, that's interesting that I'm getting that vibe. And then when I pulled the card, it was the peacock, and I was like, oh my gosh, this animal is the kind of spirit you need to get noticed and for people to think you're special, because when a peacock puts out his big giant, feathers and his tail, everyone loves it. Everyone loves to notice it. And it's just so showy and it's so beautiful and brilliant. And this is the energy that you have. And it also says, let it shine. So Gemini, I really think that it's time for you to let it shine. And you don't have to do anything special. Just be yourself. Okay, and then whatever talent that you're trying to nurture, it will come to fruition, but you don't need that to be special, okay? You do shine no matter what. And isn't this a beautiful card? And if you can see, it's like, again, with the heart. Can you see right here how it's just shining through? And that is just another wonderful, coincidence of the cards, how it just continues along with that same story and tells this wonderful picture of the exact energy that you need. So also this energy has to do with Saturn, and it's going to be coming conjunct, and it's the lesson that Saturn is trying to show you. And this is sort of like the big daddy lesson, because we think about this masculine figure, or the father figure, coming to tell you, hey, all you have to do is be yourself and let it shine, and people are going to see your magnificence, okay? And then after that, I pulled a gem card to see what kind of message that Pluto had for you. And it was kind of interesting. I wasn't sure exactly where it fit into the story, but I think that because I'm always thinking this really young energy, because I do have a daughter who's a Gemini and a mom who's a Gemini, but the daughter energy is what I can sometimes feel. So I was like, uh-oh, what is this card supposed to mean? But, this could also be for someone in a relationship too, not someone very young or someone, older. So I pulled the fairy stone, okay? And that is interesting because it says fertility down at the bottom. But, sometimes you don't have to always think of, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a child, or, if you're a male, that you're going to, start a family, or female, you're going to start a family. But it could mean that. It could mean that. But fertility also could mean that a lot of things are just going to start to grow. Something new is going to happen. So this is the card that I pulled for you. It's beautiful, but fairy stones also bring a lot of magic into your life. And so if you are just looking for that little tiny piece of magic, something interesting that to keep your life from being boring in 2020, I believe you're going to get this fairy stone energy. And so you're going to have a lot of little magical things happening all along. Maybe even in January, something magical will happen and you'll think, oh, this is really cool. Like you'll make plans to go somewhere, something to look forward to, or you'll just have a friend give you something that you didn't expect, or some little things like little fairy leaving gifts for you will probably happen in the month of January. So that's a really cool card too. And maybe because you're just looking so special and magnificent, somebody gives you a gift. Could be as simple as that. So then I went ahead and I pulled your moon card, and it says here that it's the first quarter moon. This is what came up for you. And it says your commitment is being tested. Okay, so what that tells me, Gemini, is that this year, whatever talents you're trying to nurture or embark upon, you're going to have commitment to follow through. And that's probably the biggest problem I see with this Gemini energy, is that you're sort of like, a bird that goes from flower to flower to flower, and a lot of times you don't stick around long enough, you know, to be actually committed to anything. So if you really want to shine, if you really want that, well, like I said before, you shine already, but if you really want that extra shine, that extra, as my daughter would say, is just to make sure you form a commitment towards whatever you're working on. I mean, if it's, you know, schoolwork, then, you know, trying to get an A in a class, or even if it's singing, or if it's writing, or if it's painting, something you need to stay consistent with long enough to find out if it's your talent. Now, I know that energy in 2019 was telling me that you got kicked around a lot, and when it came to trying to find your talents. But this year, I really think that something is going to really stick for you, and it's going to be something really exciting. Okay, Gemini, so that is what I have for you for the month of January, and thank you for joining me. And if you please let me know if you like the video by giving me a like, and then also please share the video with other people that you know that might be interested in what's going on for Geminis in January. Or if you just would leave me a comment down below, let me know how this resonated with you. And also maybe, you know, subscribe to the channel, because I really feel like it's going to be some fun stuff coming up in February when we do those love readings. And I have some new cards coming out, and I hope those cards come soon, because I can't wait to see what they say for you. Okay, thank you so much, Gemini, and I will see you in February. Hi, Cancerians, and welcome back to my channel. As you may know, I am a rising Cancer, so these readings are very fun for me to do. When I see Cancer, I'm like, oh, great. Maybe I'll get something out of it as well. And like I was saying before, I did do a meditation using this pendulum, and I got your energy so that I can pull these cards for you in advance. And I also went back to the 2020 Celestial Wheel of Life reading that I did for the whole year for the predictions of 2020. And this was the first card that was off of that video. And if you want to, after this, go back and check it out so you can see the entire wheel. But you had pulled Perseus. And this is also the Three of Wands. So what that's telling me is that this year you're going to go on some sort of metaphorical journey, and it's going to require people around you who are going to support you and lift you up. And it was also telling me that last year you didn't have such a good support group. There were people around you who were creating a lot of negativity in your life, and those people were basically keeping you from finding your own true talents, or from going back and really educating yourself and furthering your career. So this year you're actually wanting better intuition. You want to be able to know who to take on this journey with you, who is going to be there to lift you up. And in order to know how a person is going to be with you, you have to use your intuition. So that was interesting. I thought what I was going to pull for you was going to be the third eye chakra, but interestingly enough, it came out to be the seventh chakra, which is your crown chakra, and that is protected by the archangel Uriel. Isn't that a beautiful card? So this is your energy in January, okay? And this is telling me that you were using your thought processes a lot. You were basically overthinking things in 2019, and this year in January, you want to stop overthinking things. You want to go back and use your intuition for things. Now, you don't want to make blind decisions by any stretch of the means, but I think that you know as well as anybody is that intuition does play a big role in your life. You could be very empathic. You could feel energies coming off of people, and you know if that energy doesn't serve you or not. Or you may be able to tell when someone doesn't have your best interest in mind. So just go with that feeling and protect yourself against that kind of energy. If you can't get rid of that person in your life, or you still need to be around that person for whatever reason, it could even be a family member or someone that you work with that was bringing you down, you want to make sure that you even that energy out with someone very positive. Make sure you reach out to people in your life that are very positive and that can actually help you grow as a person, okay, and give you a helping hand. All right, so then I went on to pick your spirit animal, and what I picked and what I saw for you was the eagle spirit, okay, which was a wonderful, wonderful energy, and it's very regal. And if you can see, there's also a crown there. So as these cards unfold, they really do follow along the same story. It's very eerie in a way, but it's also very exciting and interesting that the universe does know what you need. And this is also the energy that is coming from Saturn, which is basically telling you that spirit has your back. A lot of these readings that I see, right, I mean, the cards I pulled in this reading have a lot to do with intuition and spirit and opening yourself up to spirit. And then you can also look at this eagle as having like a bird's eye view, because sometimes when you're trying to use your intuition the best way possible, you have to step back. You have to come out of this, the lens that you're using, which is small, and this filter that you're using, which it feels very closed in, and everything around you is magnified to, this. It's like an ant in a jungle. Okay, you look like everything is small, but you need to step back. Okay, you need to be the ant that, or be the bird that perches up on top of something and looks at your situation and says, is this good for me, or how can I fix it? How can I make this person that's not bringing me good energy, how can I change that? How can I respond to them differently? Or who else can I bring into my life that I see that would be a good influence on me, that maybe it's a resource of that person has resources that you haven't tapped into, but would be very good for you. Okay, so then I went on and pulled a gem card for you. Now this is the Pluto energy. When Pluto comes conjunct with Saturn, this is the Pluto energy that was sent, because Pluto rules the gems, and this is the lapis lazuli. Okay, now this is going to open up that third eye like I was telling you about, but it also says here past life. So, when you think of past life, you think of things that are still with you, like remnants of something old. It could be something coming from your south node, it could be something coming from an actual past life, and those could be like internal blockages or internal grudges, or either internal fears that you just don't really know are still there, and that could be blocking your third eye. It could be blocking this chakra here. And also, when you're using your crown chakra a lot and you're using this thought pattern, you're not really using your third eye very much, because that doesn't really have to do with all the factual things in the world. It has to do with your feelings, your intuition. So what you want to do to unblock that third eye is try and look within yourself and figure out, is there something that I'm carrying with me, either from a past life or from the past, that is really holding me back? Was it a childhood trauma? Was it a relationship that went wrong? Was it a job that you lost and lost your confidence with it? Or, if it's a past life, it's harder to, figure out, but you can look at like your south node and you can see in your past life what house your south node was in and how that was affecting you. And then also look at your north node of the new challenges that you're trying to accomplish, because the south node is your old challenges, right? So that could have brought something to your life that's creating a blockage that is blocking your intuition. So go back and look at that in your chart, your south node, and see what house it was in. Was it in your house of family? Was it in your house of career? And maybe that'll give you some direction as to where that past life was taking you, so you can unblock that so your intuition gets even better. Okay, so then I went on to pull the moon card, and Cancer, you're ruled by the moon, so this card's probably going to be the most important for you in January, and it is the card that is the full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, and this is look at the bigger picture. Okay, so we've gotten that a couple of times, haven't we? We got this eagle spirit, which is like the bird who perches and looks at things from a distance, and the spirit here has your back. And when I see you looking at the bigger picture, you need to, like I said, go through the people who bring you negative energy, use your intuition for that, and then also look at the people who can really bring something to your life that would make you happier, and that would help balance things out for you, Cancer. Is just making sure that you're, managing the things that are hard for you and also tapping into the things that are helpful for you, okay? And also getting rid of those blockages. I don't know what it is in the past. You don't have to get all psychoanalytical about it. You just need to know the things that are hurting you or the things that have stuck with you for a while. And you want to look at those situations and just keep telling yourself, okay, that was the past, that was the past, that was the past. This is something new. This is something new, and it's not going to affect me the way that it used to, because I'm not going to allow it to. I'm going to use the Sagittarius energy, which is a very strategic energy of moving forward, of following your dreams, of having freedom. So you want to think of your emotions as being more free, okay? It's not chained down by anything from the past. And also with this crown chakra, this is telling me that your crown chakra is very open. So you are just over analyzing things, you're overthinking things, and you're not using your intuition as much as you should, okay? Because you're, allowing this kind of energy to cloud your intuition. So when you go on this new journey in January and you're looking for your team, you're looking for your support group, just make sure you are using your intuition, okay, Cancer? I love that reading for you. I hope that you loved it too, and if you did, please give me a like or give me a share or show this to another Cancerian, please. And I hope that you feel better already, and I just want to give you some love. Oh, that wasn't a good hug. I just hug myself. And also, please subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to do some love readings for February, and I think that's going to be fun for you. And also, if just leave a comment below. Tell me if this resonated with you and if it was helpful, okay? Thank you so much, Cancer, and hopefully I will see you in February. Okay, thanks. Hi Leos, welcome back to my channel. As I was saying before, I used this pendulum earlier, and this was like a 3-hour meditation trying to get the energy that you were sending me so that I could pick these cards. But I also went back to the Celestial Wheel of Life tarot reading that I did for the whole year of 2020 as a prediction, and pulled your January card again so I could see how it fit into this story. So what you had pulled in January was the Cetus card, and it was upside down for you. So what that was telling me was that you had a very big decision to make, and I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but then when I went ahead and pulled the next card for you, it kind of led me in a direction, and I don't know if this is going to resonate with you, but it led me in the direction of intimacy and love. I think that what I was seeing was that maybe there was a partner that you were really questioning whether or not they were right for you, but also I felt this fierce energy coming from you, as if maybe you wanted to either have a partner that was a little bit more submissive. So what I had pulled right after that was this chakra card, which actually was the 4th chakra, which is your heart chakra. So that told me that it was perhaps about relationships. And also this card is protected by the archangel, or the chakra is protected by the archangel Raphael. So this is also telling me that the relationship that you tried to make a decision about is a relationship where you feel like the stronger person, but you also feel like the relationship might be one-sided, and that you're basically in charge of everything, and sometimes that gets on your nerves and you feel like the other person might be a little too submissive. Or it could have also meant that you do like a submissive person and the other person is a little bit too overbearing for you, and it's interrupting your fierce nature, that there's too many. You want, not that you have to have the spotlight, but you want a little more say so in the relationship, and you may not be getting that. So that's what I was feeling. And then I was thinking, well, what does Saturn have to say about this? Because Saturn is coming conjunct very soon in the month of January, in just the next couple of days. And I wanted to find out what kind of energy that was. So I looked at your spirit animal to see what kind of energy came up for that. And funny enough, I could feel as I was pulling the cards, you saying that you wanted a fierce card. And then I thought, okay, well, I don't know what's going to come up, but maybe it would be fierce. And so what I actually pulled for you was the spider. Now there's some more fearsome looking animals in there, but spiders are deadly, and this could be something that tells me a story about this sort of energy that maybe a lot of times you can cut yourself short a little bit in a relationship because you don't allow people into your web all the time, and when you do, if that person doesn't perform a certain way, it's like you kill the relationship very quickly. And that could be the case here. But also it says here to make your dreams real, which is interesting because I'm not sure how that fits in, but maybe it's because you're using this fierce energy to try and make something for yourself, trying to protect yourself so that your dreams can become true. And if you have someone in your life who's a little too submissive and they're not helping you reach your dreams, then that could be why you disassociate yourself, or cut the relationship short. Or it could be that your partner is trying to be a little too overbearing, and when that happens you also feel stifled, like you can't follow your dreams, and so then again you want to cut the relationship short. So I'm feeling like maybe there is a big decision about a relationship for you, Leo, and it's important to you. But the energy that I'm feeling also tells me that just getting this reading, you may be going back and self-evaluating, like how harsh you are on a person, like how fierce you actually are. Is that something that is serving you, or is that something that's not serving you? And this is a love reading, so I don't really know if it resonates with everyone, but this is the most powerful energy that I felt during the meditation. So if it does pertain to you, I hope you get a good message out of this. And the second message that I wanted to give you that goes along with this is this next card that I pulled for you. And this is the message from Pluto. And it is this card right here, which is the Pyromorphite, and it's also the Patience card. So this is telling me that to have true abundance in your life, not necessarily just financially, but also mentally, spiritually, and romantically, you want to have some more patience in your life, because that is really what is going to create this balance for you, so that your fearsome nature can be, I guess, tamed a bit. You need to have a little more patience with the person that you love and care about, and patience in all areas, patience with yourself. Even though you have this really strong personality, sometimes there's these snap decisions that you might be making that aren't serving you very well, and it could be that you're letting go of a relationship that could be very good. Maybe you need to tame someone, maybe you need to train them, maybe you need to use your power in your life and open up that heart chakra and give somebody a chance, because I feel like this card does have a little bit of blockage in there. It's not completely closed, but there is some blockage to your heart chakra. But you also do have this protection from Raphael, saying to me that if you open your heart to the person that you're trying to make this decision over just a little bit more and have a little more patience with them, that I think if they're too submissive, they can become stronger. And if they're too overbearing, they can be sequestered a little bit, and that will help you feel more balanced in your life, Leo. And then again, I pulled another card for you, which is the Moon card, trying to let me in on why there was this little bit of blockage there with the heart chakra, and also why there is this power struggle going on. And what happened with the Moon card is that you got your South Node, okay? And that's a little bit different than having just like some of the other Moon cards, but it says don't let your past hold you back. Okay, so with the South Node, it may be worth it for you to go back and look at your natal chart and find out where the South Node is for you. And maybe it could be in your house of relationships or in your house of intimacy. And if that's the case, what you're doing is you're bringing some old energy to that relationship. And that energy could be something from a past relationship that went wrong, or it could be energy from a past life, or energy from a past that you had from a childhood trauma, or it could be somewhere along the line where you lost some confidence and you feel like you have to put up this big, front, or you feel like you have to be in charge to have that not happen to you again, or not fall back into some old pattern. But that's not really, you have to think of 2020, Leo, is something brand new, okay? You need to forget about the past. You need to look at the future. You need to look at your north node. You need to find out where you need to be putting your energies instead of letting some old energy suck you back in, okay? Because just because like you had a bad experience somehow, that doesn't mean that the future holds those same bad experiences. I mean, we do learn from our mistakes and we try to avoid them as much as possible, but that doesn't mean that the mistakes are always going to continually play out. And your mind may be thinking that. So even in these relationships that you're in, just make sure you bring a fresh new energy to it, okay, Leo? Because I think that is really going to help you, and I think that's going to really open something up for you in February. Maybe this love is going to grow, and I just really hope that that helped you, and I hope that this reading gives you that wonderful energy you need. And if you did like the video, please give a like and give a share to maybe another Leo that might need this message, or subscribe to the channel so that I can see you back in February, and leave a message down below just letting me know how you felt about it, how it resonated with you, and if it didn't, then we can talk about what is bothering you, because I am here, I'm a real person, and I will get back to you. Okay, Leo, so thank you so much, and I hope to see you in February. Hi Virgos, and welcome back to my channel. As I was telling you before, I did use this pendulum to get your energy. I meditated on it, and that allowed me to pull some energy cards for you. And I also went back to the 2020 Celestial Wheel of Life forecast for the year of 2020 and picked your January card so that I could see how it fit into this new story and this new Saturn and Pluto energy. And so the first card that you had gotten for that Celestial Wheel of Life was the Corvus card. And what that was telling me is that you have some good new energy coming, some good news coming sometime in January, and it's going to be a really positive energy that has something to do with making your personality shine a little bit brighter. Maybe there's something significant that you have done, even if it's just a small gesture of someone telling you you did a good job, or a pat on your back. Something good is going to be happening for you in January. But I also was feeling that you had some questions about intimacy, and I was feeling like you were wondering if 2020 was going to hold some love in the future. And that is a very wonderful question, and I will be doing some more love readings this month, so be sure to check that out, and especially in February. But the card that I did pull for you in terms of chakra was indeed the heart chakra, and this is the fourth chakra, and it's also protected by the archangel Raphael. So what that tells me is that if you are about to start a new relationship, or if you're about to meet someone, you do have this protection around you. And the story gets a lot more interesting, because as it unfolds, it really told me why you have been single for a little while, or I'm not really sure how long, but I do feel like you've been single for a while. And when I do these, when I find this energy for love, it may not resonate with everyone, but it is the most energy in the room that I feel at the time, is someone asking me if someone is going to come their way, which is a very, typical question. But in this case, when the story unfolded, it had a very interesting story behind it for you, Virgo. But I do feel like this card does show me that there is some blockage going on, and I didn't really know that until I read the rest of the card. So let me just show you what happened. So the next card that I pulled was your spirit animal. Well, it's not your spirit animal per se, but it's the spirit animal energy that you need to get through this situation and through January, and also the energy you need to bring to a new relationship, or energy that you need to get rid of when you're trying to start a new relationship. That's the case with this card. And what you pulled was the Wombat spirit. And this says at the bottom, be at home, okay? So what this card actually means is that when you are on a date or seeing a person, meeting a guy for the first time, or a girl for the first time, you haven't been yourself. And you may not even believe that that's true, because I really believe that this is a very subconscious energy that I was feeling. It's something where you don't know you're doing this. But when you meet someone, you're not at home with yourself. You are portraying something, not necessarily like you're not trying to put a mask on, you're not trying to behave differently, you're not trying to be someone you're not. But what's happening is you're so nervous that you're not being yourself. You're not showing the other person who you are on a day-to-day basis, or who you would be in a relationship. You're showing them something different. Like, it's this energy where you feel uncomfortable, so you may talk too fast, you may talk too slow, you may be trying so hard to keep the conversation going that you're picking out information about the other person, and trying to bring it to light, and that person may become uncomfortable because they are, feeling like the spotlight is on them. Or it could be something quirky that you said that they didn't quite understand, or some kind of joke that you told that put them off, but it wasn't your true nature. And maybe when you go home, you think to yourself, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, or maybe that wasn't me, or maybe I could have phrased it differently, but now I see that this person, isn't as interested as I would hope that they would be. So what I was gathering from this card is that you want to be at home when you meet a person for the first time. And this could be very literal. You could even say, hey, I really like you, but I don't really feel comfortable hanging out here. Why don't I take your number, and we can meet up for, a football game at my house, or a movie that I like, or I could come make you dinner or something like that. Or you could come over and we could play cards. Just something where they're able to see who you truly are, like on your home, where you have home field advantage, and that will knock the nerves off. And I believe the reason why that might have been happening is because you've had a number of dates that may have gone really wrong. And that is creating this nervous energy. And maybe you're in fear of repeating the same, fumbled relationship, or you're afraid that, this person's not going to like you for whatever reason. So you keep playing out the same scenario. So that's what that's the interpretation that the cards were giving me. So I hope that's helpful for you, because I do want love to come your way, and I want you to be able to secure it, because I know, Virgo, that you have this wonderful, beautiful personality, and that when someone finally sees your true nature, they're really going to gravitate towards you. And then, it's going to be score. Okay, it's going to be game on. So then the next card that I pulled for you was this calcite card, and it says relaxation. So again, we're going back to this comfortability that you need to portray, or your aura needs to feel comfortable. You really want to go home and try and start to relax your mind, relax yourself, and just remember that 2020 is a fresh new energy. Everything can be something brand new. You don't have to bring any old experiences to any new situations, okay? And that's the last card that I had pulled for you, which was, interestingly enough, came up to be the South Node. This is a moon card, but it pulled the South Node. And what this card says here is, don't let your past hold you back. So, even if you've had some struggles in the past with relationships, or holding down a relationship, don't forget that this is all new. Every time you walk into a new situation or meet someone new, it is a new experience, and you can guide it however you want. And you don't have to think, oh, I've had so many fumbles in the past that this is going to happen. This is what a lot of people go through, not just with relationships, but if you let yourself believe the wrong things, or hold on to the wrong things, or hold on to the past, even if it's a subconscious past, you could be messing yourself up every single time, and you're making history repeat itself when it doesn't have to. So I really think this new love that's going to be coming your way is going to be really exciting. exciting, and you're going to put your best foot forward, and you're going to put your true foot forward is what's going to happen. So also what I would urge you to do is go back in and look where your south node is in your natal chart, because that is going to tell you like what kind of history you have in like a past life, and also just reevaluate what could be, you know, your fears inside that were created from past traumas or past relationships, and see if you can like identify those thoughts and then be able to put another thought in place of that, like, you know, oh yes, this person never called me back, but now I don't have to think that this next person's not going to call me back, and this time I'm not going to stress over it as much as I did in the past, because it gave me a lot of negative energy. It made me feel needy. Even if you think it made you feel desperate, that's not as worse or as bad as you feeling desperate yourself, because looking desperate and being desperate are two different things. And I really think this new energy that I'm giving you right now is going to help you going forward. And it's going to be a really fun, refreshing relationship when you do finally get there, okay? So thank you so much, Virgo, for joining me. And I think that your energy is very beautiful. It makes me feel at home. And if you liked this video, please give me a like and give me a share. Share it with someone you know that can use this message, especially another Virgo. And subscribe to the channel so you can get more messages from me. And also, there's going to be some fun stuff coming up, some love readings in February. And I hope to see you there. And also leave a comment down below. Let me know if you were the person who gave me all this energy, and let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know who this, you know, who you're looking for, or if there was some stuff holding you back, just let me know. Okay, Virgo, thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hi Libras, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to see you. I am a 6th stellium Libra, so it's always a good time doing a Libra reading. And as I was saying before, I did use this pendulum to collect the energy that I needed to pull these cards for you. And I also went back to the Celestial Wheel of Life tarot that I did for 2020 predictions for the whole year, and pulled the January card to see how it fit in with this reading. And what I pulled for you and what you got was the Alrisha, which is a lot of Pisces energy, and it's also the 7 of Cups. So what that was telling me is that you really needed to break bonds with things that did not serve you anymore going into January. And that could be anything. It could be work related, it could be relationship related, it could just be thoughts that you don't need to carry on anymore. But there are things in your life that I feel like do not serve you, Libra, and you do want to use your air energy to really decipher what those things are, and you really want to disassociate yourself with it, because you do have some bonds that you need to break, okay? And then I was going on to see what else could be going on in your life, and it seemed like maybe you had started a new project or something like that. So I was getting a lot of energy about this excitement with something that you're trying. It could be that you're, you know, starting something at home. That's what I was feeling. And I was saying, what kind of energy do you need for that? And then I pulled the chakra card. And the chakra card came up with the second chakra, which is also protected by the Archangel Ariel. So you do have some protection going into this episode where you need to clean out this particular chakra. And it's also the chakra of intimacy. So what this is telling me, there is a blockage, and this blockage has to do with bringing negative energy into relationships. Now, you need to instead bring some intimacy into relationships. And that means that even if it's a new business endeavor, that what you want to do is you want to become intimate with your customers, intimate with your audience, intimate with your followers, or whoever this, whatever this new business is. And when I say intimacy, what I mean is not like literally intimacy, but an intimacy of like getting to know the person, their wants, their needs, their desires, what your audience is looking for. This is something that you really want to study up on, try to get feedback from your audience, because if it's customers, whatever, you really want to get their feedback, but also at the same time, you want to bring your best foot forward. You want to give them an intimate part of yourself. You want to show them who you are. You want to basically make sure that you're being a nice person. Sometimes, you know, Libras can get very caught up in being productive, and they, you know, can run past those chances, or just, you know, bulldozer over those chances of actually having a real personal contact or a real personal relationship with someone, because you do feel busy and you feel like you just need to get the job done. But you also want to make sure that you're letting the other person know that all of this hard work is for them, and find out what they truly want, because it's not all about just getting it done. It's also about, you know, letting the other person know that you're there for them and that you care for them, not that you're just serving them up something. Okay, so then the next card that I pulled is animal spirit, to see what kind of energy you need going into this new project or into this new endeavor that you're, you know, trying to embark upon. And I got the deer spirit for you. Okay, and if you can imagine, this is a very majestic animal, and it also says bring a gentle touch. So you could think of Bambi, if you will. It's about, again, this intimacy thing, about bringing your heart this out into the world, and also this intimacy out into the world, and showing people that you do care, that you do understand, that you do have a role to play in their life, and it's really something special for them. And I feel like me as a Libra, this is happening to me as well. And I don't try to put any of my energy in the cards, but I do feel like I'm falling sort of into this, you know, same position, it's the same lane that you guys are falling into. I do know that from my own personal experience, if I'm nicer to people and I spend that extra time for giving niceties and exchanging niceties, and also just showing them that, hey, you know, an extra handshake or something like that is helping me in my other job, which, you know, I'm a pharmacist. I don't know if people know that about me, but also, you know, when I see people, I could either, you know, just hand them their prescription, or I can be nice about it and ask them how their day was or whatever. So if you're in a situation, even if it's from home like this, just talking to people or starting something new, I think that you also want to bring intimacy through having comments or engagement or something like that, to really reach out to people, okay, and get their feedback. Now, the next card that I pulled was just so typical of having in this, and if you know, want to go back and see a video of where I actually did this meditation and pulled these cards, I'd be happy to show it to you, but you will have to, you know, email me or put a comment down below saying that you wanted to see it, and maybe I can, you know, cut the clip and give you a piece of what really happened. But this was the card that I pulled. This is the Pluto energy that you need. And by the way, this was the Saturn energy, basically saying bring a gentle touch. That was the energy that Saturn was trying to show you when Saturn comes conjunct Pluto. And Pluto is trying to tell you, for you to have abundance in your life, you need to use these Boji stones. And also this stands for balance. And who, you know, that's very typical of Libras. Of course, we're going to need balance. We always, it's like it takes a lifetime for us to actually learn balance. I did a video called The Secrets about Libras, if you want to go check that out, just to see some of the things that you may not have even really known about yourself if you haven't really studied astrology for a long time. Go check that out. But this balance has to do with balancing your career, balancing your family, balancing your love life, your intimacy, everything that, anytime you want to create abundance in your life, Libra, your main goal is to balance yourself, because this is what you were put on this planet to do. And when you show balance, you're able to give more of yourself, more intimacy of yourself, more love out to other people, and they're going to notice this, and they're going to gravitate towards you, and things are going to start falling into place for you, because this is the energy that you're using, and it's getting you what you want. Inadvertently, you don't even know it, but subconsciously, the more you balance yourself, the more you are going to achieve in your life and in this lifetime, okay? And the more other people around you are going to feel more balanced, because you're bringing balance to the table. Okay, so next is this moon card that I was able to pick for you. And This is a very interesting card. It's probably the most important one out of this entire reading, and it is the full moon. Just look at that moon. It's gorgeous, okay? And as you can see there, it says surrender to the divine. Now, a lot of times as Libras, we are always trying to perform actions, 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 and we never sit back and see what happens when we don't react, or when we sit back and we allow things to balance themselves out. And when we do that, we're surrendering to the divine. We're surrendering to the the background wisdom that lets us know that the world can balance itself without having us interject all the time. So sometimes inaction is the best action, and that also can help with balance. And what you're doing is you're just saying, okay, here's a problem, and you could worry about it or fret over it, or just lose your good energy over it, when if you just wait, things can unravel and show you that some problems can be solved on their own. And so you're surrendering to the divine. And when that happens, you do create balance in your life, because a lot of man's problems are just caused by not being able to sit still in a room. Sometimes that's all you have to do to get past certain things that bother you, Libra, is to wait, to let things weigh themselves out. We don't always have to be there to create a different situation. Sometimes all we have to do is just relax and surrender. Okay, so thank you so much for this coming to the channel to hear this message. And if you did like the message, and if it resonated with you, please give me a like, give me a comment, let me know if it didn't resonate with you. Please share this with another Libra that you know, someone who could use this message. And then again, subscribe to the channel, please, because I want to keep bringing you messages during the month, and also special videos. And I'm going to be trying to do some love videos, and I hope you stick with me to see those. And I appreciate it, and thank you so much, Libra, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. Hi Scorpios, and welcome back to my channel. And like I was saying before, I use this pendulum to get the energy to read these cards for you, but I also went back and looked at the Celestial Wheel of Life tarot spread that I did for the yearly prediction of 2020, and pulled your January card to see how that would fit in with this January reading. And what you had gotten was this Libra Justice card. Okay, so what that was telling me is that you have really been looking for people to be fair in your life. You had experienced a lot of dishonesty in the past, so you want truth, you want fairness, you want, in 2020, you want to have people around you who are really going to help you balance your life and be a good person in your life. And that also the person's going to bring a lot of honesty and a lot of fairness, and this is going to be something very refreshing for you. And I feel like you already have your eye on somebody. That was the energy that I was getting, but you were uncertain if that person was going to bring you this kind of justice, or give you this outcome that you need, of having this fairness in your life, and this balance in your life, and this truthfulness in your life. And also, I feel like you were wondering if you could be truthful with yourself as well. And you had a lot of questions about that, Scorpio. And so when I went ahead and pulled the next card for you, it did fall in line with that story. And it does have something to do with romance. So if you are looking or have your eye on someone new and you're trying to make a decision about them, that was the powerful energy that I was getting in the room. So if that wasn't your energy and this doesn't resonate with you, maybe next time you'll get a reading that really does resonate with you. But right now, I really feel like you have, whoever sent me this energy, or it's obviously more than one person, because it's a feeling of the collective. Okay, and everyone was sending me this kind of energy that was telling me that they had their eye on someone and they were trying to decide. So then I thought I was going to pull the heart chakra, but what I ended up getting was the seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra. And this is protected by the archangel Uriel. Okay, and look at this card. It's so beautiful. It's, if you study this chakra at all, The crown is where the cosmic energy is allowed to flow through your body, but it also has a lot to do with your intellect. It has a lot to do with your thought process. It's how how the world enters into you, the thoughts, facts, all these sort of things. So basically what this was telling me in terms of the decision that you're trying to make about this person is that it's a very heady decision. You're thinking, okay, does this work? Do we fit together? Is my schedule going to fit with this person's schedule? Is this person going to like me if they know everything about me? Am I going to like this other person if I know everything about them, and I've had these relationships in the past that haven't worked out? Is it going to be a repeat of itself? Do I need to basically take a step back and wait on a relationship for a while and not think about this person? And what this energy was telling me was that your crown chakra is very open, and it's telling me that you probably already know the answer, but you're trying to rationalize it away. And sometimes that works. When you rationalize something away, you can actually make a relationship better than it ever would have been. And sometimes it doesn't work for you. So there is this decision that you would need to make. So I wanted to find out what kind of energy you would want to bring into this situation or into this relationship to find out that answer. And so I went and I looked for your spirit energy or spirit animal energy for this reading and for the month of January. And what I got was the flamingo spirit, okay? And this card says, embrace the in-between. So what that was telling me is that the person that you have your eye on right now is probably not the best time to get into a relationship with them, and that you still have some healing to do. Something within yourself needs to be worked on, and something needs to make you feel a lot more confident about yourself. And also that your schedule or something like that needs to be worked on a little bit, because maybe you're sacrificing a lot of your time. And so with this bracing time in between, what that's telling me is you need to give yourself time. Like maybe there was a relationship that you just got out of, and it hasn't been enough time yet for you to get into this new relationship. And also your crown chakra is telling you that this is true, but you're rationalizing it away. You're not sure, but this card is telling me that you do need to embrace it. You need to work on yourself. You need to embrace the time between, just focus on yourself while you're single is basically what I'm trying to say. So it could take another 6 months, or it could take a year, but I feel like it's not going to take too long. Maybe around 8 months is the feeling that I was getting before you're going to start a new love cycle. Something is going to happen for you, and I don't know if it's going to be this person that you had your eye on and it just works out a little bit later, or if it's going to be an entirely new person. So it would be fun to find out. Also, then I did something a little bit different for you, Scorpio, than I did for the rest of the readings, because I was being gravitated with your energy towards energy cards, whereas I had gone straight to the moon card for other people. I pulled an energy card for you, and what I got was the sun for you. Okay, so this is telling me that time you're embracing in between this is what you're after. You're after this path where you need to get to a point where there's light at the end of the tunnel, where you become a lot stronger person. Your career gets stronger, your living situation gets stronger, your interpersonal skills and how you speak to people, all of that gets stronger, your voice gets stronger. And then you're able to eventually shine. You're able to get the blessings that were coming to you. And these are blessings that will be coming from Venus. They're going to be coming from Saturn and Pluto. All of this is happening for you in the month of January. And I think that even after seeing this reading, you're going to feel this energy a lot. I'm already feeling this card is very warm. You're going to become a warmer person. you're just going to have a lot more trust in yourself, a lot more faith in yourself, and that is going to carry over into whatever relationship that you want to have nourished and grow, because this sun is what you need to grow this relationship. The sun is what helps everything grow. It helps you grow personally into a sunny, shiny person, and also it helps relationships grow. So this is the energy that you are after with this, time to embrace things for yourself. You're working towards this beautiful, beautiful energy. And if you can see how she's shining, and it's just these lily pads, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful card. So then the card that I picked next really solidified this whole idea, because a lot of times these cards work in sequence to tell the true story. And then I pulled the moon card for you last, which is probably the most significant card of this whole reading. And it turned out to say there's a new moon in Libra. And so that is super weird, because in January you got this Libra card right here, and this is a new moon in Libra, and then it says a new romantic cycle begins. So I don't know if that means, I don't think that means that it's going to happen in January. It maybe that was all the time you needed, was from like maybe the beginning of January, or sometime in the past, maybe in 2019, you started to meet this person, and then you had enough time and this happened. Or it could be that you're waiting. And I think that some of you are waiting. I think some of you, it may take either 8 months to a year before this new cycle begins, but it's starting off. This is the journey of where you're starting in January. This is the journey. And you're going to get that energy that you need, and a new love cycle will begin, and it's going to be very powerful, and it's going to have all of this wonderful energy for you there, okay? So thank you so much, Scorpio, for coming back to my channel. If you like this reading, please give me a like and a share, and also share it with somebody you know who could use this message, and then subscribe to the channel so that I can see you again in February. And there will be some other readings, I hope, that I can get done to show you a few other things. Maybe we'll do some pick a card. And also, please leave a comment down below if this really resonated with you. Let me know who this person is or who you're thinking about, because the more engagement that I can get, the more I know you better. And especially if you're one of my subscribers, I'd really like to start a conversation with you so that I know you better, because I would really like to give that love that I was telling you I love giving to my audience, to give it to you, okay? So thank you so much, Scorpio, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome back to the Zodiac Love Tarot. As I was telling you in the beginning of this video, that I did meditate on your energy for about 3 hours, and I used this pendulum to gather much of it, and I also pulled some cards for you. But then I also went back and just revisited that January card that I pulled for you for the month of for January 2020, for the entire year. It was based off of the Celestial Wheel of Life Tarot that did take you month by month. So I wanted to pull that card back and see how it matched with this January reading. And what I was getting was that you had this Hydra card. So what that was telling me is that you have a lot going on, Sagittarius. You have a lot of projects. You have a lot of unfinished business, and it just seems very overwhelming. And also you feel like you really need some help with these projects, or you either need a strategy or some way to get everything that you need to have done. And you think in 2020 that a new strategy is going to help you more. And I don't know what kind of goal you're trying to achieve, or if it's something that you just started that was new, that's very exciting, but there's a huge learning curve. I feel like there's going to have to be some knowledge behind this, or some studying going on, but you're really looking for some sort of strategy, or maybe you have a strategy already in place and you just want to know if that strategy is going to work. So I wasn't sure what card you would pull for your chakra, because this strategy, I was uncertain about what needed to happen, or what energy you needed to bring to this strategy, or what chakra you needed to unblock. So what was pulled for you, though, was this fifth chakra, and it is also protected by the Archangel Gabriel. So what that was telling me is that you are going to have to vocalize your strategy. You are going to have to in order to get things done, you may have to elicit some more people. You may need to be able to talk to them, tell them your strategy so that you can get your point across, or so that you can get some help. I really think whatever strategy you've put into place, your throat chakra is already open. You just need to start using it. You need to start verbalizing what it is that you want, what you're trying to achieve, and other people are going to fall in line, Sagittarius. I don't know if it could even just be that you want to travel. It may not be job related or relationship related. It could just mean that there's some more freedom that you need. But I'm going back to maybe that it's something new, a new direction that you're going in. Maybe you've just made a large purchase and you need help with it, or you got a new job and you need help with it, or maybe your old job just has lots more responsibilities. Maybe you got a promotion, but something I feel like you're trying to put a strategy down. It could also just mean like maybe you want to lose weight, and this year you need a new strategy for that because the one that you used in 2019 did not work as well for you. So all you have to do is basically verbalize what it is that you need to have happen, and these things are going to happen for you. This energy is not blocked, it's open. I don't think that you need to do anything with it except use it, okay? And then I also got went further and got another card for you that is your spirit animal for this month, or it's the spirit animal energy that you need for this month to really get that strategy in place. And so that was the starfish spirit. Okay, now with this spirit, you're going to open yourself up to infinite possibilities. So whereas before your old strategy was very limited, there was something about it that wasn't working out. You did not achieve as much as you wanted to in 2019. Even if you got a promotion, you still didn't get as far as you wanted to go for some reason. Maybe even with that promotion, you still didn't get people in line following you like you wanted. So this year, you're going to open up to more possibilities, and that's going to be this vocalization that I'm talking about. And the possibilities are just going to be one door open after another for you. And the more possibilities are going to happen. Maybe it's possible that you get a better team. It's possible that you get your family life together. It's possible that you work on yourself to where you relax more. It's possible that you're opening yourself up. I can feel your throat right now. That you're opening yourself up to new education. Something is happening where the possibilities just become limitless for you, and also just infinite, where you get to this point where just things just start to fall in place for you in 2020 because your new strategy is going to work. Okay, and then that's also the message that Saturn was telling you, is just to follow that strategy that you've put in place. The Saturn energy is that fatherly like energy that's telling you, put your best foot forward, use that strategy, because fathers like to hear that you have a plan, like to hear that you have a strategy. And so Saturn's just saying follow through with it. And then Pluto comes along and gives you some more energy. And then that's why I picked gem cards for Pluto, because Pluto rules gems. And then you get this card, which is the Ancient Wisdom Crystal, and Ancient Wisdom. So crystals manifest a lot of things, Sagittarius. And I think you're going to be able to manifest a lot in 2020. Even starting in January, your new strategy is already going to be put in place. It's already going to start working. But then behind that, you're going to get the knowledge that you need. You're going to go back and study up. You're going to go back and go back to the roots of what you already know and perfect that. So there's always ways to perfect what you already know, and then ways of learning something new. And I feel like that has something to do with your strategy, is perfecting the old and then starting something new that's really going to open up those possibilities for you. So I'm feeling very excited for you, Sagittarius. And then the last card is the Moon card that I pick, and that is going to tell you how to solidify this all together. And this Moon card turned out to be full moon in Aquarius. Now, I know that Saturn is going to be heading into Aquarius in March, and that is probably going to have something very big for you. some very new energy that for you, and it's going to be this Aquarius energy, which is going to give you this forward thinking that you need to really execute your vision all the way through until the end of the year. And things, magical things are going to happen for you, Sagittarius. Is all starting in January with this shift in energy. And I think you want to really tap into this energy when you see it. And when you see that full moon, any full moon that you have, I want you to get out there and meditate on it. I want you to, read a book when you see the full moon. Get this knowledge that you need and really have your vision just come to fruition this year, okay? Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for joining me. I hope you like this reading. I think that your strategy is going to work, and I think that it's already begun, and it's just time to follow through, okay? Just like a tennis swing, just follow right on through, and things are really going to work out. So if you like this video, please give me a like and share it with another Sagittarius who may be, having this Hydra situation where they feel like they have bitten off more than they can chew. And show them that if they have a strategy, that it is going to work for them. So please share this video with other Sagittarius and leave a comment down below. Let me know what it is that you've started, because I really want to have some engagement with you so I know what's going on. And also just subscribe to the channel so that I can see you back for more readings. And then I'm going to hopefully put up some more videos that are more evergreen, stuff that you can watch all the time, like pick a cards. So this is a new channel, so I want to keep bringing it to you. So please subscribe, like, and share, okay, and comment. Thank you, Sagittarius. I hope to see you again in February or sooner, hopefully. Bye. Hi Capricorns, and welcome back to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot. As I was saying before at the beginning of this video, I did take the time to meditate for like 3 hours to get your energy. I used this pendulum to collect it so that I could get a reading of these energy cards for you to tell you the story of January, okay? And this is just a wonderful reading. I have to say right off the bat, it was such beautiful energy. But I also went back to the Celestial Wheel of Life spread that I did for the whole year for the 2020 predictions to pick out January's card to see how it matched up with the story that I pulled from that meditation. And it became just a really interesting story. It's one of my favorite ones for the month of January, so I can't wait to bring it to you. So the first card that you had picked, or we picked in January on the Celestial Wheel of Life Tarot prediction for 2020, was this Corona card, okay, which is also the Three of Swords. So now that I'm looking back at this, I can see this crown kind of energy. It's just a really wonderful energy. It's something where you are going to have to go inward so that you can wear your crown. And in January, this is the message for you. And also you need this sword-like energy to really cut through and decipher things about yourself that you weren't aware were blockages in your life. And I did find out that you do have a blockage in your life. And so I went in and I did a chakra card. I pulled out a chakra card to see where the blockage was. And it turned out that the blockage was in the third chakra. Okay, this chakra is also protected by Archangel Camuel. Okay, and what this card is about, Capricorn, is your chi. It's basically this chakra stabilizes who you are. It's where all your power comes from, all of your energy comes from, which makes perfect sense because you have so many planets right now in Capricorn. You have Pluto, you have Saturn, and they're going to come conjunct very soon. You also have the sun in your sign. There's also some Mercury in there, and then later there's going to be some Mars. So there's so much going on for you. And what this is telling me is that because this card is blocked for you, that there's something holding you down, and that it could have been a person in your life that you feel like is holding you down, keeping you from growing. But when I felt that coming off of you, in your mindset was telling me that it was another person that was blocking this chakra for you, and that they were holding you down. What I found out throughout this reading is that that's not true. You're actually holding yourself down, and that your chi is not fully charged, okay? And the only way that you're going to have a good chi radiating out of your body is to unblock this chakra. And I think that these planets in your sign and in your houses are going to just come in there and just show you how to basically get to harness all of your Capricorn power and just have it flood out into the world. I mean, this is big power right here. That's why, as a empath and also a six stellium Libra, I know what it's like to have a lot of planets come into your sign. It's a very powerful energy, and that's why I'm loving this energy for you, Capricorn, because I can feel it, but it's super positive. Even though you have this blockage right now and you feel held back, it's going to open up, and I can feel it already starting to open up. And I don't know how you're going to do this for yourself. I would imagine that in January you're going to start a new routine, something where you are feeling more powerful. You're either going to exercise more, you're going to meditate more, you're going to do yoga, you're going to read more books, you're going to really focus on your mind, focus on your spirituality, focus your energy. You're going to use your psychic abilities. I mean, everything is just going to be turned on for you, Capricorn, in the month of January. And I just think that at the end of this, you're just going to be wearing this crown, and along the way you're going to have team people helping you get to this point. So even that person that you thought was holding you down is actually going to help you. It's actually good energy for you. You just don't know it yet because you've been drained of this chi for so long that you're starting to place or project that energy onto other people, but it's really going to be you fixing yourself. That's what's going on. You have all this energy. So I was also seeing, what other kind of energy do you need to open up that chakra and get that chi burning and on fire? So I pulled a spirit animal energy card for you for the month of January, and it came out to be the cat spirit, okay? And this is a really, really good intuitive energy. It's a very agile energy. It's a very calming energy. It's just something that's really going to get your motor running, okay? And then it also says here to calm your independence. And what I was feeling from that is where you're sitting there thinking that this other person is holding you down, I feel like you almost want to just leave. And you think if you cut ties and you just had your own independence, then suddenly your chi is going to be full and it's going to fulfill you. But as we know, like, relationships that you're in are not meant to fulfill you as a person, okay? You're meant to fulfill yourself as a person and then bring that into a relationship, bring that good energy there, because if you're not doing that, then you're going to slide into this mentality where you think the other person is holding you back. And we don't want relationships that are there for our need or our purposes. We want relationships where we come together with two people who already have really good energy. I mean, it's in a perfect world, obviously, but you have to know that no one can fulfill you but you. Okay, so where this says calm your independence, it's saying that to reach out to this person who you think is holding you down and tell them how you're feeling, and work on yourself, and let those planets help you. Let that Saturn and Pluto conjunct really come into your life and help you fulfill that chi, okay? So that was also the message that Saturn was sending you too, is to calm that independence. Don't think that you have to run away from a problem to make things better, because that typically doesn't ever work. Your problems always follow you, but it's who you are inside and how you react to things that is going to push you and propel you forward and going to bring abundance into your life. Okay, and speaking of abundance, now let's move on to how Pluto is going to help you in your sign. And so I pulled a gem card because Pluto does have a lot to do with gems. They are sort of the guardians of the gem. The planet is the guardian of gems. And so I pulled this for you. Isn't that a beautiful card? This is what your energy was telling me, and it's a rhodochrosite. And this is about acceptance, okay? which makes absolute perfect sense in this particular reading. Because when you accept yourself and when you accept that the things that you do in your life are decisions that you have made, and you start to accept that, then your chi will start to fill up, because no one else is really responsible for the path that you're on. I mean, all the decisions you've made in your life have led you to this point, okay? And so if you feel like someone's holding you back, it's only because you allowed that to happen. But I'm not saying that now that you've had this realization that you should break up with this person, because it's the furthest thing from the truth. It just means that you need to accept the situation that you find yourself in. Even though that situation has an effect on you, you still need to accept it, and accept the decisions that you made within yourself to become the person you are right now, or in the position that you are right now. And this is the lesson from Pluto. In order for you to have abundance in your life, you need to bring acceptance to the table. That also has a lot to do with bringing presence into your life. And when I say presence, that means like being present means also looking around at your environment and just being acceptant of what it is. Or, because being present is not thinking about the past or thinking about the future. You're just thinking about this moment right now and accepting what is in front of you. And when you do that and you start bringing that energy into your life, that's going to fill your chi, and you're going to feel stronger. You're going to breathe, and you're just going to look around, and the world is going to look more fantastical and more surreal. And so I would not doubt it if your entire January just felt so surreal, like you were just like, what? And then carry that energy with you, because it's wonderful energy. You're just going to feel that warmth of that chi just glowing out of you, okay? And then, so the final card that I picked is a moon card, and it's just so weird how it just follows this story like perfectly. When I pulled this card, I was like, oh my gosh. And I wish I had that video for you. I mean, I actually do have it. If you want it, you can message me and then I'll send you the little piece. But I kind of hated the video because it was so long. I mean, it was like 3 hours. The whole thing was like 3 hours of meditating. But if you want to see that portion of it, just let me know. Leave me a comment down below. But let's look at this last card. This is the moon card that I pulled for you. And it says a new moon eclipse. And it says expect powerful change. Now look at that. Look at that eclipse moon and tell me if it doesn't look very similar to the orb there in this chakra card, in this third chakra here. And it's saying expect powerful change. Now you see how it looks like it's blocked here? Okay, this is what it's talking about. Like, it's going to change and it's going to become like this. So you can expect this, eclipse to basically fade, and then this light is going to shine through you. Your chi's going to be back. I think Capricorn, this is it's just unheard of what's about to change in your life and how you are going to feel when Saturn becomes conjunct with Pluto. Things are just going to open up for you. So this was one of my favorite readings. I feel so much energy coming from this. And also, like, I love cats. I think they're amazing animals. I had 2 Siamese. They are just such pretty animals, and their spirit is just so wonderful. And they do have a lot of independence, but it does need to be calm. So thank you again so much, Capricorn, for giving me that beautiful energy. And if you like this video, please give a like, and subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more information and more readings. And then if you let me know what's going on with you, how is your chi? Leave a comment down below, and then share this with another Capricorn that you know that may not know that their chi is even blocked, or that their third chakra is blocked. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Hi, my Aquarians, and welcome back to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot, and thank you so much for watching the other videos. I know some exciting stuff is going to happen for you, Aquarius, because I saw your reading for 2020, the whole prediction for the year, and it was just amazing. It was such a wonderful, wonderful energy. And I did go back and also meditate on your energy, like I said in the beginning of this video, and I use this pendulum to really feel that energy, and I pulled some cards for you that are our energy cards, but I also went back to that reading for 2020 predictions and pulled the January card for you, just to see how it fit in with the story. And what you had gotten was this Temperance card, and if you haven't seen the video, just go back after this one and check it out, because it gives you the month by month. But this is the card that you pulled for January, and it is Temperance, which basically tells me that in the month of January you are going to have to use a lot of self-control, and you're going to need a lot of balance, and you're also going to have a lot of forward momentum, and this is going to set you up for some really amazing blessings that are going to come your way when Saturn enters into your sign in March. I mean, some really interesting stuff is going to happen. And it has a lot to do with your psychic abilities. And I know, Aquarius, there's not a whole lot that you might know about your own psychic abilities, but I was feeling this energy that the future, that you're trying to see what the future holds for you. And this want and need and desire to figure this out, or to see, or to like know what to plan for the future, is something that's on your mind quite a bit. And I was getting that energy, so what I did was I tried to pull a card to see if, you know, where that energy was coming from. And I pulled this chakra card, which is amazed me, and it's actually the 6th chakra. And this is your third eye. So what I'm seeing for you is that you are going to have this vision. You are going to see exactly what you need to start on to make some of your dreams come true in the month of March. Okay, but in January, for now, before this happens for you, this is what is going to be needed, is for you to exercise some self-control, some balance, because what I think is happening here in this early month of January is that you're going to be reevaluating everything that you did in 2019 and even before that. And this reevaluation is going to level the playing field for you and open up your mind to new possibilities, because you're going to basically figure out what doesn't serve you anymore, and you're going to stop making the same mistakes you made before. You're going to have a lot more self-control. You're going to understand. It's like you're cleaning the plate, and then it gives you a way of looking forward and a way of figuring out what the future holds for you, because I feel like that's something that you're interested in. That was the energy that I was seeing and feeling, and there was some excitement behind it, as if like you could just let go of things of the past, then you could find your way forward. And I believe that's really true for you, and it's going to take some discipline and some self-control. What I want you to do is make a list. That's the first thing with self-control, is to make a list of all the things that you want to sort of clean house with. Like, I want to stop doing this. I want to stop doing that. In January, a lot of people think, oh, this is what I'm going to start. I'm going to start this. I'm going to start that. I'm going to start this. Well, how about this list is, I'm going to stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing this. And then once you are able to do that, you're going to find that your mind is a lot more clear. And then you're going to have this wonderful energy coming your way, where you just get this psychic ability to just know what needs to happen in your life, know what direction that you need to go in to help yourself, to help other people, to find this abundance. And this energy that is just like a gift that's coming towards you, Aquarius. And maybe this is, you know, why your spread was so good for 2020. And then also, I went ahead and I tried to find out what is the lesson that Saturn is trying to show you. And it could be something that, one of those things you need to stop, okay? And then what I found was this eagle spirit. This is an animal spirit, and it shows you what kind of energy you need to move forward. And it says right here that the eagle spirit is the spirit that has your back. Okay, now if you think, you can see here that there's a crown on top. It's this regal energy. So I think that what needs to happen is you need to have more confidence in yourself. You need to think of yourself as deserving, as sort of like royalty in a way. And that is again about spirit, because having this feeling behind your decisions is going to make your spirit feel a lot better, and it's also going to give you this opportunity that's coming up to receive this gift, because a lot of times people shut themselves off to the gifts of the world because they feel sort of undeserving. And that could be something subconscious for you that Saturn is trying to tell you, is that you need to take a step back and you need to reevaluate things, find out what you need to stop, and get this bird's eye view over everything and say, okay, this is what I need to stop so that I can see my way forward, and so that I can unblock this chakra, so that this energy that I have to be able to know what I need to do going forward in my future will be able to, manifest in me. And I think that's a really wonderful card. So I'm getting all this spirit energy. This third eye is your spiritual energy. And also this temperance card is energy, your spiritual balance. Okay. And now the next card that I pulled for you was this energy from Pluto that we're going to be feeling, or that you're going to be feeling. And I pulled it from a gem deck because Pluto rules, the house of gems, or not the house of gems, but gems themselves. And you got the Stellanite card, and it is spiritual awakening. So again, like, I really think that, where you haven't been maybe a very spiritual person in the past, because maybe you've been more mechanical, in more temperamental in the way that you handle things. You're not used to having this kind of balance. You're not used to having this sort of spiritual energy in your life. And it's going to be an awakening for you, but it's going to be such a blessing, because you're going to notice that things just fall into place for you, Aquarius. Things are just going to come into cosmic alignment for you. And it's going to be this really beautiful energy. And I really think that you need to start thinking about this now, like knowing that this spiritual awakening is going to come. Maybe you need to start meditating. Maybe you need to, get out your crystals or burn your candles or something like that. But this spiritual awakeness is not only going to help you to see the world in a softer, more gentler way. It's also going to have people around you who are going to see you as more gentle, as more helpful, as more spiritual, because you're going to be more grounded and you're going to have better energy, and people are going to notice that, and they're going to want to follow you. They're going to want to be a part of that. Okay. And then, so the last card that I pulled for you is a moon card. And this moon card is going to kind of bring it all together and show you what this blessing, what the outcome of this blessing is. And it was the full moon in Taurus. Okay. And that's just such a beautiful card. It's such a strong card. And it says your dreams need a practical plan. And so Aquarius, you're very used to using practicality to, follow your dreams and all of that stuff. So, with this third eye opening up, you're going to be able to see what you need to do, but then it's going to need to have your, Aquarius energy to do the practicality behind the whole thing, because I really feel like you're going to start something amazing. It's going to be something the whole world could benefit from, possibly. And then also it's going to benefit you, because with this Taurus energy, what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to find roots. It's going to allow you to find your way. It's going to allow you to enjoy the world a lot more, the pleasures of the world a lot more. It's going to bring love into your life, because Taurus is a sign of love. It's got Venus energy in it. So it's going to be, you're going to be able to manifest all of these different things when you open up that psychic ability you have, and use that spirit that's coming for you and that spiritual awakening to be, a nicer, I'm not going to say you're not nice already, but a nice, kind person who everybody gravitates towards. Okay. So Aquarius, that is beautiful energy. I knew there was something there that was going to happen to cause all that wonderful energy that I saw in that 2020 reading. So I'm really glad you came to see this message, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give me a like and share it with another Aquarius who you think could use this message. And also maybe subscribe to the channel so that you can get more readings like this, because I'd love to see you back, and I'd love to have you, and leave some comments down below so I really know who you are, because I do, respond to those, and this is a new channel, so it would be easy for me, to go ahead and just, see the message and talk back and let me know how you felt about it, okay? All right, so thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi Pisces, and welcome back to the Zodiac Love Tarot. I'm glad to have you back, and as I was telling you in the beginning of the video, I did meditate on your energy, and I used this pendulum to collect it so that I could pull these cards out for you. And I also went back to that January reading that I did for 2020 for the whole year, that Celestial Wheel of Life Tarot, and I pulled the January card to see how it fit in with this new reading, and it actually did come out as I expected it, and it was a perfect fit. So what you had pulled in January from that Celestial Wheel of Life Tarot reading was this Chariot card, and it's also the Cancer energy. So what I was getting from that is that before you had felt very isolated, or that you had gone into yourself to do a lot of reflecting. Maybe something traumatic happened in your life in 2019. I'm not really sure exactly why you went into yourself so much, but we did talk about that. We did talk about cleaning out your 12th house as well. And so now this new energy that you have in January is this Chariot, where you're able to move forward. You're able to get past these feelings that you're having of wanting to stay, with yourself or by yourself, or stay at home, or not reach out to your friends as much. You weren't feeling as social, and I'm not sure exactly why. So what I did was I went ahead and went through some more cards to try to find out a little bit more about this story and see what you needed to work on and what energy you needed, and also what energy Saturn and Pluto were trying to send you in January. So what I had pulled for you is this card from the chakra, which is the heart chakra, and it's also protected by the Archangel Raphael. So what that's telling me is that you're already unblocked. That chakra has just recently opened up for you. That was the energy that I was getting, but it's still a very small portal right now. There's something that needs to grow out of you, and it's going to come from your heart. It's going to be you feeling the need to reach out to people. Finally, your heart is softened. You're starting to heal. Things are working out for you a little bit better, or something that was close to your heart may have caused you a lot of pain, and now it's time to move forward, and you're ready to do that. You're basically embracing January with open arms, and opening the floodgates to really just open this heart chakra up a lot. So that's also going to help with your love life. It's going to help with your career, because you're just going to be able to start communicating better with people and really bring a lot of intimacy into your relationships. And then I went on to find out what sort of energy Saturn had for you, like what lesson did Saturn want to show you in the month of January. And so I pulled a spirit animal energy, and what I got for you was the stag. Now look at that. That's such a beautiful card. It's actually the card that's on the outside of the box. This is such high energy, very high energy card, and it says take the lead. So again, this follows along with the same story, Pisces, was that you were taking the back seat. You really wanted to just be alone. You wanted to sit alone. You wanted to get into this area where you're reflecting, or either you were maybe forced emotionally to feel so alone. Maybe it wasn't by your choice, but now it's really time, because your heart chakra is opening up. It's time to sit in that front seat. It's time to get your hands behind the wheel and start leading the way. And when Pisces leads the way, what do they bring? They bring this wealth of wisdom. They bring a lot of emotion. They bring a lot of caring for other people and sympathy into the world. And also, they bring a lot of metaphysical things into the world, like yoga, or either writing some books that about spiritual awakening or something. Because when you go into yourself, what you're doing is you're basically creating all of this potential energy, and when that potential energy comes out, it really shines, Pisces, and it it's a collective wisdom that you have been bottling up, and now the world needs to see it, which goes right in line with this next card that I chose, or that you chose, because I did do this meditation. I actually have it on film if you want to see it. I mean, I was kind of a hot mess when I was doing it because all this energy was coming at me. But if you do want to see that, if you feel willing to look at that, you can always message me or send me a comment or something like that, and let me know. You can always go to askjenniferwinters.com. So anyways, the next card that I picked for you was an energy card. They're really beautiful cards. And what came out was this rest and rejuvenation. So what that was telling me is that you are going to put yourself out in the world. You're going to take the lead. And I think that you might even start some sort of meditation group, or you may at least bring some new energy into your workplace or into your relationship, where you make everyone around you feel like, restful and rejuvenated. And also, you are going to be doing this for yourself. You're going to be getting more rest. You're going to be getting more rejuvenation by meditating, or by sleeping better, or something like that is going to happen. But this energy is going to just trickle out of you, and other people are going to be privy to it. And trust me, like, this would be the time for you in January, if you wanted to really start a class. This could be, you're the leader of this class. You could start a group. I don't care if it's just a small Facebook group where, some local people meet you in the park and you do some, meditating or something like that. But just one day a week, but it's going to give you this connection that you've been missing with people, so that you don't feel isolated anymore. And that also, those messages are both from Saturn, just letting you know, to take the lead. That's what the fatherly heavenly figure wants for you, is just to take the lead. Don't sit in the back seat anymore, because you've already done that, and it's time to move on. Now, this next card I picked for you was a little unusual. I don't know why. It didn't seem to fit with the story as much, but I think that Pluto had this message for you, and because it's a gem card, and Pluto rules gems, and it is this Pyromorphite card, which is a patience card. So I think that the way this kind of fits into this story is just to be patient with yourself, be patient with that heart chakra opening up, because even though it's open for business, you still want to make sure that you don't put too much out there all at once. You just be patient. Let this new energy grow on you, and so that it doesn't seem forced, it doesn't seem fake. And this is going to bring you the abundance that you've been looking for as well, because now you're going to be making these new connections and moving out into the world with people, and they're going to see this energy, and it could bring more wealth to you. But it's just going to take time. It's going to take patience. If you start something, please make sure that you're patient with it, and you keep the commitment going. So if it is a new group that you're starting, where you're meditating with them, or just bringing them some sort of message, it could even be something simple at work. Just have patience with it. Wait for other people to get on board with you, because it will happen. You taking the lead, you have to wait for the followers to follow you, okay? And it won't take long, but you do need to have patience with it, okay? And then this last card that I picked for you just solidifies everything. It is a moon card, and it's the new moon in Gemini. And this is a communication card. Again, it says communication is key. So while you're opening up this heart chakra, and you're taking the lead, and you're having these people follow you for your your wisdom and your information, and this new spiritual awakening that you've had, and this patience that you're carrying with you, and also this nurturing Cancer energy, you just want to use communication to get your point across. It could just be the smallest little words, you know, Pisces. You don't have to, um, you know, put too much. You don't have to convince anyone of your energy, but you need to let them know that you're willing to take this journey with them. Just say, hey, you know, I'm really starting something new this year, and I'd really like to see you around. Come see me, or something like that. Come to my group. And it only takes just the smallest communication, where you're not, maybe in the past you haven't communicated with anyone that much in 2019, and you know, maybe you said some things on Facebook, but it wasn't anything constructive where you're actually trying to put something together. So in this situation, you're going to want to just use some communication. You're going to need to use that Gemini energy, which is an energy that pulls people towards them, because they are starters of new things. They have fresh air energy. And so it's going to come to other people like that, where you have this communication, and they're going to feel this breath of fresh air, and they're going to think, oh, I really want to be around this person, or I want to follow this person. And I really think that that's what's going to happen for you in January. You're going to start growing that heart chakra open, and it's just going to get wider and wider, and things are going to get really good for you, Pisces. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope this really resonated with you. I can't speak. Of course, you're a Pisces, and I have done all the other videos before that, so I am losing my voice a little bit, my communication. So please, just if you like this video and it resonated with you, please leave me a like or a share it with somebody, another Pisces that you know you think could use this message, and then subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. Tell me, you know, how you're feeling now. Are things getting lighter for you? Do you feel you're ready to take the lead? So just let me know. So thank you so much, Pisces, and I hope to see you in February, or if I have a video before that, like a pick a card or a romance video, then I hope that you're there to see that too. So thank you so much, and now it's time for me to go to bed. All right, bye, Pisces.